It's 8:01, July 7th. Get a little feedback. I should start singing or something. Okay. Try it now. Oh, there we go. Give it another try. I guess not.
Now as you can hear. We can hear every voice now. I can hear.
Okay, we ready now? Okay. 8:04, it's July 7th, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to call to order the special administration committee meeting. Thank you all for coming, by the way, and getting up early. Could we do roll call, please?
PV. Okay, I'll start with Supervisor Cook.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep, PV.
Yep, present.
Ard.
Present.
Long.
Present.
Peterson.
Here.
Cook.
Present.
All present.
Wonderful. Thank you again for getting up early and being here this morning. Public comment, I don't believe we have anybody from the public that was willing to get up early, but we'll give it a shot. I guess not. Okay, so our one business item for this morning for the special meeting was a resolution creating the St. Croix County Small Business Loan Program with the accompanying budget amendment. Thank you, Pat, for the cover memo, the background information. I hope you all found that very helpful. I thought it was a really good explanation. I'm very happy that the task force has been moving along with Chair Peterson, myself, Bill Rubin, Supervisor Burning, and a lot of help from Pat and Ken. So I guess without going into detail, do we have any questions, or are there any particular nuances or issues that were concerned about in moving this particular program forward? Supervisor Ard.
I like the design of this program. It's very similar to the revolving loan fund. This gives everyone an opportunity to be a part of it. The one question I have is, how is this going to be promoted? How will business owners know about this program?
Adam, you're up.
Thank you for the question, Supervisor Hard. So we are planning on working with the EDC and working with the municipalities and the Chamber of Commerce to promote this. We're going to create a communications plan and a communications packet to distribute to both the Chamber of Commerce's and the municipalities to reach out to the businesses in their locations. We're also going to be featuring this on our website and the WEDC website, and we are looking into paid target ads on Facebook.
And what is the application deadline?
I don't know that we've 60 days, but I don't know if we have a solid date in mind at this point.
That's the window, though.
The issue came up yesterday, I thought was very interesting, a really good question about what happens to the repayment. And so if it's going to come out of the general fund, it's basically going to go back where it came from when the repayments are done. So I thought that was really important. The other thing that I wanted to make sure we brought up is that there's an expense, or the loans will be administered by the regional loan fund. Did I say that right? Regional, okay. And they will be charging $300 per loan to underwrite and administer the loans. And then that will be part of the amount that we're allocating the $500,000. A couple little details that I thought were important, at least in my mind. Kara.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have a couple questions. Obviously, as we look through our packet, the $500,000 has to come from somewhere, so it looks like it's coming from our CIP. So I'm wondering if staff can talk about what kind of impact that potentially has on the projects that are already defined, that money is allocated for. And then my other question is related to criteria. We have a set amount of money, so how, if we have more loans requests than what funding is available, how will those decisions be made? I looked through the application, but I'm just kind of wondering, as someone looks at the application to determine allocation of the funds, what's the criteria for actually choosing one business over the other, if we've had any conversations about that or the task force has?
I'll start off with the first question, and then maybe Ken or both of us can answer the second. The funds will actually be transferred from the undesignated fund balance. So it doesn't, you're right when you say that it will have an impact on the KIP. It's not actually taking money away from the KIP. It's taking the dollars from the undesignated fund balance, which goes to fund the KIP. So indirectly, yes. To answer your question, our policy for the fund balance is 35% plus or minus. And we're projecting that we will have excess fund balance over and above the 35% plus or minus 3. So typically, historically, over the past few years, the board has reallocated any excess fund balance to fund the KIP. And so if this resolution is approved, that will reduce the fund balance by the $500,000 to go towards the small business loan fund. So indirectly, directly, it has an impact on future KIP. But, having said that, the administration supports this resolution. We think it supports a very good cause, and I think it's good. It's a good policy decision by the board to proceed with this small business loan program. So we support it, but we also realize that it will have an impact on our future ability to fund very important capital improvement projects. And the board over the past several years has done a very good job of maintaining the capital improvement fund. And so I just urge a bit of caution that going forward, that we realize that any impact on capital improvement projects will then could put some pressure on the board to resort to bonding or borrowing additional dollars for capital improvement projects, which we want to try to avoid. So that's a long answer to a very good short question. I can't even remember your second question though. So, pardon?
Yeah, my question was, what's the criteria if we
For-
receive applications
Oh.
for the program that
Over and
exceed
above
our?
the 500?
Yes.
Then the task force will take that up, and we may bring forward I don't know, I don't want to speak for the task force, but we may be in a position of having to come back to the board to request additional funding, but we'll see.
Yeah, I thought that, we kind of thought that it all depends on the reception and the popularity of the program, and if it's really, really popular and really being used that much, then maybe we should consider some additional dollars toward that. But I think the consensus was we probably wouldn't run into that. There was a small business grant program that quite a few businesses I should say, took advantage of, the We're All In state program, which was a $2,500 grant. So hopefully that's helping, and then this will help in addition to that. So, well, I guess we'll see.
I guess I was an advocate for being cautious in our approach, and we're going to have an austere budget, I'm sure, coming up. So it was kind of the feeling, I think, generally of most of us that, let's have a safe look at this, come up with something reasonable, and then if we have to make further decisions down the road, we can do that. But that was just my thought on it. And I'm wondering if Supervisor Peavy had any comments.
Supervisor Peavy, we're hoping you might be able to chime in on your thoughts.
I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I think the way it's structured is a good program. I think it's useful. Again, if we have a request above the 500,000, we can approach that at that time. Taking the, lowering the future KIP, we can address as we need to. We've always found the funds in the past, so I'm not really concerned about the impact we have in the future. And I think it's a good program. I applaud the committee group or however you want to, for getting it done so quickly. And yeah, I think it's a good way to go.
Can we entertain a motion to approve the resolution?
I would move to approve the resolution creating the St. Croix County Small Business Loan Program with budget amendment number 2.
The second? Second by Supervisor Peterson. Any further discussion, questions, any other concerns, et cetera? Okay, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes unanimously and will be on the agenda for the county board yet this afternoon. I will say that I had I'm not going to be able to attend the meeting this afternoon. I had a long-standing vacation plan, and actually I'll be leaving right after this meeting. So I would appreciate, any comments or speaking in favor of the resolution at the board meeting tonight. I think the task force worked really well, and this is a great step forward in trying to help some of our small business partners in the community. Okay, any requests for future agenda items at this point? I should say our next meeting, by the way, is going to be our regularly scheduled meeting on Tuesday, July 21st. Other than that, I guess we will adjourn. Thank you again for being willing to attend the meeting this morning. I really appreciate it.